Hi, it's Gail with Traders Help Desk, and in this video I'm going to show you a couple of trades I've done. And this is on the Aussie dollar. You see this line of blue dots. This is telling me that price has actually formed support at the current moment. So I'm actually in a binary option. I'm long at 76.66. And the whole reason is because I have this line of blue dots, and it's identifying the fact that we're going to have support there. Now, you can see this is my strike price at 76.66. I'm already in the trade with an anticipation of price moving up to this R2 level. Now, you'll notice that the pivots are slightly different between Nadex and TradeStation. It's just a general area. So what I want is for price to go up to the R2 level and actually test it. Now, we do have some potential resistance. We have resistance right at the 76.71 area, which is just above price. So I need to watch that area to see whether it can clear it or not. Now, so far it's still moving in the direction that I want it to move in, and actually I'm expecting it to go to the R2 level. Now you can see it just started forming a reversal bar. I don't like that bar, so I'm going to give it one additional bar to see if it takes out the low of the previous bar. If it takes out the low of the previous bar, then I'll definitely exit the trade. The last bar closed up, but I do not like the bar that is forming right now, and I'm probably going to scratch this trade. The fact that it's taking out the low of the previous bar is telling me that it's probably going to go against me, and I don't want to lose the full amount of risk when I could scratch a trade instead. So I'm going to wait a few seconds and see what happens here. Again, you see it trying to take out the low of that previous bar. Should not do that. I'm going to exit the trade and just scratch it. It did not work out the way I thought it would. I have a minimal loss here. Might as well exit the trade because it will go against me. Now here's my actual chart that I also use in conjunction with Nadex, and you can see that we have volume divergence on these highs. As I told you earlier, we do have resistance up above us. We have an ATR at 76.72. We also have the pivot line, which is the white line on the chart. So I already know that there was resistance there. It should have broken through the resistance, but with volume divergence indicating that buyers are decreasing, then more likely than not, what we're going to do is go down, not up. Now that changes my trade perception, so I exited my trade. Now the volume is definitely indicating that the market's going to go down, and you can use the volume indicator on Nadex. You can see that the current bar is actually higher than the previous bar, but the volume is decreasing. If this continues, I may actually end up taking a short position because again, the volume is indicating that it will actually go down under the R1 line, which is right at 76.61. Now you can see the volume indicator has a slight red line below zero. That indicates to me that sellers are actually coming into the market. Now that makes me want to short because I know the market's going to go down. This is one of the big differences with the Traders Help Desk volume indicator. Anything that is above zero tells me that buyers controlled the bar. Anything that is below zero tells me that sellers controlled the bar. I can also see what price did just by looking at the volume indicator because the volume bars are colored according to price action. So I know when a bar makes a high or an outside bar, an inside bar, or even a low. For those that don't have the tools, you can always use the volume indicator in Nadex. Now, you lose the benefit of seeing price action and who really controlled the bar. But in this case, you can see that the current bar is higher than the previous bar, but the volume is actually decreasing. So that still gives me volume divergence. And this is where I want to short the market, because the volume is telling you that more likely than not, you're going to go down in the market. With the volume indicators indicating that the market is going to go down from the 76, 71 area, I'm actually going to enter an order to short the Aussie dollar for the 9 a.m. expiration. I'm simply going to short the 76, 71 area. You see my maximum loss is 55.50. My maximum profit is 44.50. And then we will just watch and see how this plays out. I will fast forward it so I don't waste your time. As you can see, I do have my order ticket open and I have a price set at $5. Now, I think that this is going to go down below the R1 level, but I do have the order ticket open and I could exit very quickly if I needed to by simply clicking on the offer. My expectation is that it will go below the R1 level. Now, we did have some selling come in on the last bar, and I can tell that because my other screen indicates that we did have a lot of sellers coming in. So what I would like to see for this binary to actually expire is for the current bar to come down below the R1 level or down to 76.61. Again, the last bar had a lot of volume in it, so I'm pretty confident that it will go below the R1. If it does get below R1, then I would allow it to expire. Now, as you can see, this volume indicator actually indicates a lot of selling on that last bar. The hash mark was below 0, and I'm expecting it to actually break out of this congestion range. And that's what I'm waiting to see if that happens or not. You can see over on Nadex that the volume does indicate that there was more selling in the previous bar. But again, I divided out and actually can see both the buyers and the sellers on every single bar, and that's what I like. Again, I'm expecting price to come down below the R1 level, and if it does, I'm going to allow this to expire in the money. Now, there's still 6 minutes left on this binary, so we still have a ways to go. As you can see, we are below the R1 level and we only have 7 seconds left in this binary. So this is a case where I'm just going to let it expire in the money. And as you see, it has expired in the money, so I realize the full profit potential simply by reading the volume on the chart. All of these concepts are taught at our seminar, which is coming up in Las Vegas in October, and simply visit the website for more information on it.